Hi everybody, it's Raina at the Closet Crafter Studio. So the last video we spent putting together our signatures, and I told you I would go ahead and do some sewing on the pages, but I thought what I would do instead is, because I like to sew things into the pages, I thought that we would go ahead and make up some pockets and envelopes and things, and then I would sew them all at once in one sitting, so I didn't have to bring out the sewing machine a few times. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to work on making pockets and envelopes and little tuck spots for our junk journal. So I went ahead and I pulled out lots of green scraps from cut-offs and paper that I already have, and I pulled out a few pages from some smaller scrapbook paper packs, so that I can just use up what I already have for this junk journal. So I have a list of things that I like to add into my journals, and sometimes I cut them, sometimes I tear them. So we're just gonna go along and see what we can make in this video. So the first thing I like to make is some different types of envelopes. So one of the types I like to make is just an envelope that kind of folds and unfolds. And I think I'm going to use this paper. It's kind of got like a wood grain texture, and I really like it. So that's the paper I'm going to use today. Well, some of the paper I'm going to use today. There will be others. Alright, so for the first envelope, all I'm going to do is fold it up and then fold the top down. I'm going to score it really good, and I don't have a score board, so I just really kind of push on those folds, and I'm gonna have to trim it so that it'll fit on a page. So we're gonna need to take off about maybe an inch. So let's start with that and then see if it'll fit on a page. Yep, fits nicely. All right. So I already have some little pieces that are left over from another junk journal. And if I take off a little bit more, these will fit on there nicely. So I think that's what I'm going to do, so that we can use up some of these scraps. These are 4 3/4 inches. And I will ink the edges after I have everything done that I want done for this journal, or all the pieces made. Before I sew them in, I will ink them. And these are the pieces that I will sew in. But as I work on a journal, sometimes I'll glue in extra pockets and things and tucks. So this is just kind of my base starting point for what I have ready to sew and sewn in for a journal. And then I go through the whole journal as a whole and see if there's anything else I can add or that I'd like to add. So these will do nicely here. And I will make a small closure with a brad for this, and I will add that before I sew it, so you'll see that. Okay, so that's one envelope done. I will probably also add some lace or some type of embellishment to the front, but I'm not worried about that just yet. I'm just constructing the basics right now. Okay, I like to do double corners. So I think I'm going to do these. Cut them into a square. See, these are 3 inches by 3 inches. So here's one small little corner tuck. And here is another one. I forget how wide my pages are, so give me just a second. They are 5 and just about 5 1/4. Let me see. Yeah, so just a little bit less than 5 1/4. So I'm going to use this one and make a pocket. And again, you know, we'll go through and embellish these later. Right now we're just setting up the basics. I like to do corners that are kind of opposite of each other. So let me see. I like these two together. Let's do this. Let me cut it to size. All right, now I've got something to work with. So now we have 2 pockets like this. And let's see. Let me measure this one more time. So let's do 7. So let's do a 5 by 7 piece. All right, so now I'm going to take and I'm going to make some little 3 by 3 squares to go on here. I'll do it with these. All right. And I'll just round the corners on these. And now we have a page that'll go like this, and these squares will be sewn on, and then I'll sew this around 3 sides of the page, and then it'll be a tuck spot here. Let's do another 5x7 page. Let's see. And these are all just, you know, ideas for you to use for little tucks and things for your journals. Oh, that one's not quite long enough. I guess I could trim the whole thing down. So obviously you would measure them and size them according to the size of journal you are using or the size you want for your little ephemera holders and tuck spots to be. And you don't have to cut them. Sometimes I don't cut them. Sometimes I rip them so that they have those uneven edges. Which I also really like. This is just a little bit of a quicker way to do it, I think. Just with the paper cutter. So again, I will sew these on, and then I will sew around 3 edges and have an additional tuck spot behind here. I've got some paper bags that need to be sewn, and I'll add one of those. I'll do a few hidden paper clips. I also like to do like a hidden journaling spot, and I use postcards to do that with. So let me see if I can find all my postcards. I've attempted to reorganize things, so now I don't know where anything's at. So here's some postcards. These postcards I got on Shein. Oh, there's one with pretty green butterflies. And that's a pretty tree. I think I like the butterflies better. I like the green butterfly. I've got some book pages from a book that I just got. It's a Thomas Kincaid book, and I also have some Edith Holden book pages. And I might add in some of those as we go. Today I'm just going to work on making these things. This is some very heavy cardstock that I got out of an album that I ripped up. Just gonna make it to the size of this. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to measure this This is 5.5 inches. So I'm going to take off, let's see, one 3/4 inches. Now I'm going to cut this to the size of what's remaining on my postcard. And most of these things, again, you don't have to sew them. I like to sew them. I like the durability and the texture that it adds. But it's, oh, I did that wrong. Oh, can't see my marks. I like sewing them. You can glue. It doesn't really matter. It's entirely up to you, what you like, what your taste is. Alright, so I have this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab an index card. And it'll fit in there nicely, even with sewing. So what I'm going to do is I will glue this onto here. And I will sew around the edges. And then this will tuck in here. It'll lift out for a little hidden journaling spot. Now I have a collage page that I have left, and I think I'm going to use it to do some pockets and some belly bands. So it's already the right size lengthwise for belly bands. So I'm going to do a 2-inch belly band this way. And then I'm going to do a belly band the other way. And I will add some sewing detail on these because I like the way it looks when it's sewed on. And then I might even embellish them further. Just depends on how I feel and what I have time-wise. And then this one, let's make into a pocket. So this will make a nice pocket. And I've got some little pieces left I might use for something else. Let's see, what else? Let's do it's a little small. Let's use this one. And let's see what else. don't know if I like that combination. Kind of do. It's different. Yeah, I like those together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this one in half. And I'm not going to worry about sizing it so they match. That way a little bit of the pattern paper from underneath will show. I'll fold this in half. While it's folded in half, I'm going to punch it. And now when I unfold it, I have this. So I will sew this piece down and have 2 pockets here. Sew it onto a page on 3 sides and have another pocket either here or up here or however you want to do it. And I will sew around here and then in the middle as well. All right, let's make another small envelope. Let's see what do we have left. As you can see, I kind of just make a mess as I go. We got some more of this. Let's make a little envelope really quickly. I don't have any tools for making envelopes. I really just eyeball it and it comes out however it comes out. I don't worry with it too much. There we go. And now what I'll do is I will trim off all the extra. That I don't need. And you don't have to. You can glue it however it is. And let's see, where have I left my scissors this time? There's no telling. I'm so bad about losing scissors. Where are you, scissors? Alright, well, I've got these little hair trimming scissors, and I guess I will use these today to just cut off the extra bits. I like to cut off the extra bits. I feel like it makes it a little bit less bulky. Because we are going to be adding in a lot of stuff. Once we get everything sewn in, you'll see how thick the journal gets once we have everything in. So now, if we fold it, you can see exactly where we're going to glue. And then we have a nice little envelope. Just like that. All right. So let's review. We've got this envelope. We've got this little tag holder that will also be a pocket. We've got this pocket that we will embellish and sew in. This belly band that will go this way. A vertical belly band. A hidden journaling spot postcard. We've got this, which I'll add at the end of the book. So this won't get sewn in, but we have it. This is a bag. I believe the tutorial for making these book page bags is from Natasha at Treasure Books, and I use these, so I will make some hidden paper clips to go with that. We've got this tuck spot pocket. We've got this one. We've got a large envelope. We've got some different corner pieces. We've got this smaller little tuck spot. All right, now let's go through really quickly, and I'll show you how I place these in my journal. I probably overthink it a little bit too much, but this is how I do it. I have 3 signatures, so I'm going to start with my corners first. These 2 are the same, so they'll go the first and the last signature. So I'm just organizing what little tucks and things are going to go in each signature. So I've got a large envelope, a bag, and a small envelope. And I might switch those. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 kind of full page pieces. So I will just randomly put those. I've got this, which is going to go in the back of the journal, so I'll put that there. I've got 1 pocket, 2 pockets, a hidden journaling spot, and 2 belly bins. So I'll put those at the front and the back. So now I've got these separated out in first signature, second signature, third signature. So let me move some of these extra pieces of paper out of the way, and we'll figure out where in the signature we're going to put these little pockets and things. And all the little scraps I will use for either paper making or for making collage pages. All right, so this is our first signature. And so let's go ahead and do a pocket back here, and I'm just going to paper clip this in so I know where I want it. And let's do something back here. That's there. That's there. So let's do this page back here. I try to evenly space them within the signatures. Again, it's not necessary. It's something that I like to do because, again, I probably overthink it way too much. I'm just going to paper clip this back here. Okay, so we're going back to the front of the signature. And let's do this belly band right here. And I will probably add some lace and some stickers or some type of embellishment to these. Let's add this envelope back here. Now this envelope I will either glue down or pin in place with a cute little clip or paper clip or something. So I won't sew this envelope in, but at least I know where it's going to go. All right, so that's our first signature. And again, I will go through and add more tuck spots and things. These are just the basic ones that I start with. All right, our second signature. Yeah, that there. That's a really pretty page with a tuck there. That's a pretty page. This is a smaller page. I don't know if I want to add anything to it. I might add a tuck spot later to that. So let's go ahead and put this here. And as I go through and sew along the edges and add lace and embellishments, I'll sew together these little pockets and things. Let's add this one here so that it's not just a plain page, which is fine if you have plain pages too. Sometimes those are nice. And you can do these steps in any order. This is just how I do it. Let's add this belly band right here. Oh, I love the way that looks. So pretty. And I like the way that pocket looks on the handmade paper. So I'm going to sew that there. Then we've got that pretty piece. Ledger paper. So let's go to the back. Let's that pocket. So let's add this one here. And then let's pin this here. Yeah. And I'm actually going to take that paper clip off. And I'm going to put this paper clip on because I like to use these plain ones for the hidden paper clips, and those are just holding things in place right now. So let's go ahead and add a pocket. Yeah, right here. All right. So those are those. And that's how I do my basic pockets and things for my journal. And as I said, I will go back. I will glue in some extra ones or add some little tuck spots as I go. Those are just what I start out with and how I place them in the journal. I will sew around some pages, and you will see that in the next video. And then we'll go through and start adding pieces of ephemera. No, scratch that. We will not. In the next video, we will go ahead and sew in our signatures because they'll be prepped and sewn. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Again, if you would like a more detailed video on how I make those pockets and things, this one was kind of quick. Again, just leave a comment down below and I will. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Happy crafting, everyone.